Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot to get into the video thing. You don't have to have your camera on, but like, so it doesn't show like the Discord screen.
Oh, I
I
don't
can't
even
have
have
my
a cam.
camera on right now because I don't have my hoodie or mask.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. I mean, you don't have to turn your camera on. That was just like so the Discord home screen wasn't showing in the back of the podcast. It's just like this. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to Council of Nerds. We gotta wait for a second. I have to send out the notification now that we're actually live. But as soon as the notification goes out, we can get started. Um, my Discord's loading slowly, of course. Announcements. Don't worry, I have done this before.
allegedly.
Okay, I just gotta send the link to the stream. And there we go. Notification has been posted. So, hello everybody. I don't know how many people are actually watching right now, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, and this is your first time, welcome to the Council of Nerds podcast. It's usually just me and Sam talking about some random stuff that we want to talk about for the week. But this week we've got GP17, the head developer of the Days of Carnage and Days of Order mods for Star Wars Empire War Forces of Corruption. Did I get all that right?
Yep, you did.
All right, good. So we're just gonna ask some questions, like you'll see. Okay, so first one, the big one. What inspired you to start Days of Carnage and Days of Order? Like, what was your main inspiration for setting up the mod?
The main inspiration was basically that Empire at War was my first real PC game, and the inspiration for Days of Carnage is inside a very, very old RPG Minecraft project. It all started 2020 December when I decided I maybe could try and add our RPG characters inside Empire at War so we could all use them and play with them. And since then I've been slowly but surely developing this fully overhaul mod with a fully customized storyline, and decided this year that it may be a good idea to enact the Clone Wars as well, since this is in a larger part of the community also very popular. Yeah, that's the basic explanation.
That's very interesting. I have done some. Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Sorry.
You go ahead.
You.
Okay. Sam knows this. I've done some RPG mods like that before, but like when I first started modding, and they were so cringe. Like Sam knows which one I'm talking about. This one was so cringe. It was so bad. I'll show it to you sometime. Not publicly, because it uses assets from mods that I don't have permission to. It was a private mod, so it wasn't like I wasn't violating permissions because it was for private, like for friends. But I can't show it publicly, and not what I want to. The mod is so cringy. Okay, Sam.
No problem.
I have a question.
Okay.
Why use the name Days of Carnage? What made you choose that name?
That's the name of the project. There was no real name, and then I wrote the story. I've written it with now my girlfriend, but before that I just knew her over Discord. So we wrote the story together, and that was the first story part that we wrote together. So I chose it was a nice name. Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. Catchy too.
Sounds very
Sadly,
violent. I like it.
Yeah, but most people don't really recognize Doc for what it really is, because most people expect that it is some kind of, okay, alternate universe, Palpatine goes nuts and executes everybody, not only the Jedi through the clones, but or something like that. It's kind of niche because I removed all of the canon and Legends heroes and use my own stuff, but Days of Order is popular as ever. I have 100 visitors each day, even though this mod is around half a year now old. So
That's impressive. It's very impressive. Let me think. I had a question and then I like just completely lost it. We did not rehearse this beforehand. It was probably a bad idea, very unprofessional for. But this is the first interview we've ever actually done, so it's like it's the 4th episode.
Professionalism is overrated.
Yeah, I mean, this is
No worries, you're good.
Thank you. This is like the 4th episode. We've not been doing this for very long. Let me think. How did you come up with the idea to like let other people put their ideas in the mod? Like, was that like always part of it, or was that like a more recent thing, like accepting new hero or RPG elements?
The RPG element was actually the core idea of Days of Carnage before everything went like into a big community and stuff. So when I started modding Doc, the server that has now nearly 225 members started with like 3 to 4 people, and that was basically me, a good friend, my girlfriend, and another person that I invited. And before that I was kinda unsure, okay, what can I make out of this? I still need to learn. And once I published Days of Carnage to Steam and I made the Discord publicly available, everything kinda spiraled a bit out of control. There's also a bit of a story element to it. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I can explain it to you what happened in between development stages. But the main idea for Days of Carnage was, once I understood how to implement like base heroes, Ground was miles away from this, that hey, I make a form that you can fill out, and once you have it filled out and you have it sent back to me, I can track it with my team, and if the character fits the Star Wars-y alternate universe theme, I will code it in. So the submission of units and heroes is the core concept behind both mods. And with the idea that once you play the mods, you have your hero which you can enact battles or stories or whatever you want with it.
That's a very cool concept. It's funny, immediately after this, you know this, but like for those of you watching, immediately after that I was like, this is a good idea, so I kind of did it for my mod too. I've gotten some really funny submissions from, Sam, the guy that always watches the streams, Golem. He's given some pretty cool submissions. I didn't mean to absolutely rip that off of Days of Carnage, but it's not exactly the same because I can accept legends and canon heroes and fanon heroes where you can use his own.
You should sue Richard for copyright infringement. All I'm saying.
Yep.
You're probably good.
I mean, realistically, I can, since the concept is from Dungeons and Dragons, if you say so. So there's no real copyright there.
I mean, I said that I would take it down. I would take it off and stop doing that if you wanted me to. And
but honestly, I don't really mind it, since, as you said, you can accept whatever heroes. I can only accept so many heroes that are custom written.
Or maybe they're canon or legends heroes that will fit the storyline. Like they just came in at a certain point and can be written into the story a different way.
Yeah, but generally the idea is that none of the canon or legends heroes are available in Days of Carnage or Days of Order.
Okay. So in Days of Carnage, you have the Fondor Authority, as well as, I don't remember, was that the No, you have the Mandalorians. You have the 4 factions. Will you ever think about adding new factions to the game, or that will depend on how the story goes, or are you strictly against adding any new factions?
I could add, I think, let's say 5 more factions if I really, really wanted to. But I've seen that the more factions you add, the more lag you have, the more effort you have to keep everything in line with ships and units and everything. And since I'm also doing a full rebuild of the entire Days of Carnage mod, I've seen that you don't really have a lot of assets around that you can use to really make in-depth roster for each individual faction. So in theory, I could add more factions, but The Fondo Authority has a bit of a story behind it. You want to hear it?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
So, funnily enough, the user with all of this started is also on your server, R3D2. It's WD. WD, sorry. He started the whole idea that the underworld could take CIS ships, use his heroes and his creations of ships to be like his own unique faction. And at first, I was completely with him. I liked the idea. It was custom, it was niche, it was exactly what I wanted for Doc to be. Yeah. At this time, I was kind of a bit of, I wouldn't say stupid, but bit of a blind eye for what he really was doing. So basically what happened, each and every time a ship or a hero was submitted to another faction, not the Fond Authority, but for example the Empire, which is quite popular, and the Rebels sometimes, each and every time he would go ahead and say, does this really fit? Isn't that so strong? And it was like talking around and stuff, didn't really use the server to my extent, and a bit annoying in the end. But what he also did was submit heroes and ships that were quite literally broken as Odin mod, add Alliance at War on top, and then cream it with every single big mod you can find. That's what ships he submitted.
Huh.
Yeah. And then I got good words from another fellow developer and also my girlfriend, and we all decided this cannot go on any longer, and he got yeeted.
Nice.
So now my friend has overtaken the Fond Authority, reorganized everything, and now perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Reorganized into the first galactic empire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Professionalism. Yes, that's something that I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. So the whole factions thing, adding new factions, would rely on them fitting the story, and you having actually a unique roster for them is basically what you mean.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah. I mean, I could theoretically add, what can I think of? I could add a corporate sector authority, I could add Mandalorians, I could add maybe the Black Sun Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there? Maybe a minor Imperial faction, maybe a corporation of some sort, since I do have over 25 custom shipyards.
Wow.
What else there is? Maybe a separate Rebels group that you can play, something along the lines of Saw Gerrera, but it uses the same assets of the Rebellion, but like in a different state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare you, but I think that WD is in the chat right now. I think he's watching the stream right now. I think
Oh.
he said let's go. Then it was like a weird, like, confused face. He said He said I was quite stupid back then. I will say it's a learning experience. I was quite iffy back then, pretty stupid, lol.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any grievances against him now, so no hard feelings really, but yeah. It's just, my mate asked me a while ago if he could join back, and everybody was against it. So I was like, okay, I accept it, I'm sorry, but you screwed everybody over, you were pretty mean to somebody in a while ago, so yeah.
Yeah, he just said that you're a good guy, and he was not as mature when back then. That's what he said. He's like he said he was wrong. He's just saying this. He's having this whole confession or something in the chat. It's just him. There's also Feel the Rhythm is here. He's here. He said hello there. I haven't gotten to watch one of these. Of course, he was tuned into the one where there was someone dropped an F-bomb. No offense to you, but like that, I just like I don't want. Oh man.
Yeah,
darn
yeah. That's a pretty bad timing.
I almost had. Okay, now WD is spamming F-bomb in the chat. He's not actually saying. He's saying F, and then he's actually the word F-bomb. You say like the letter F and then bomb after it. He's not saying the word. He's like, okay. Yeah, Sam, do you have any more questions? Because we're kind of like at our time, like 15 minutes. Do you have any more questions? Because I don't have any other questions.
9.
All right, then. Well, no more questions in it. We've hit the 15-minute, usual 15-minute. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I apologize for the swear. Sorry about that. But, Sam and I are going to hop over onto my Twitch. GP, if you want to come with us, you're more than welcome to. We're going to hop over onto Twitch and we'll stream a random game, which we'll decide. Maybe probably Empire War, most likely. If you guys want to stick around for that, I highly encourage all of you to stick around. It'll be in just a second because I have to go swap out my Streamlabs accounts. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.